to 7 consecutive matches. Tons of errors and penalties in this one, Mark. Not necessarily the greatest spectacle for the 2,500 people that made the effort to get down to Bellevue.
No, but for me, it was quite exciting on the stats front, because that's all I really took any attention of this game, to be honest, because it looked like an embarrassment for both teams. I mean, this was played in the summer when it's been nice weather, wasn't it? It wasn't like... Was it raining at the weekend? I can't remember.
Never raining in West Yorkshire, Mark.
But was there I
don't recall that there was any, tragic weather going on.
I don't know, but it seems like it was a pretty shit game to watch.
Yeah. Well, the stats would bear that out, really, wouldn't they?
Well, shall we do stats? Because I don't know anything else from this game, to be honest. I'm sorry to both
I saw
fans, but I didn't check it out much.
Do you know what? I
played the highlights. On like the Super League
I was just
website.
about to say, I'm
played
sure
them,
I've had it on
and
my
then started
YouTube.
watching other stuff instead.
Yeah.
I couldn't even watch 2 minutes of the game.
There you go.
That's bad. Anyway.
At least you didn't pay it again like 2,500 other people did. You won up on them.
The rarity, that is a less than 1,000 metre team gain, but a winning result. Only the third this year. Hold on. Did we do the stats of the previous game?
Yes. We talked all about Wigan and their stats.
There was a good stat in one of the games.
You don't really, because we got to Jamie Shaw at the end, and we all, notched off Danny out and over 61 tackles.
Did we do the stats properly for the first game? Did I say it was the fewest total metres in a game since round 1 this year? I did, but I didn't dwell on it. That was a good stat. This is another good stat as well.
That's good stat.
So it's only the third game this year where a team has gained less than 1,000 metres but won. And in one of those two other games, the losing team also gained less than 1,000 metres.
Right.
16 errors and 12 penalties contributed to the weight of possession being against the Catalan side, although only one more in each category than their hosts. The Catalans made their metres at a decent 0.8% carry better average gain than Wakefield, but they had a lower total, a worse team tackle success, and 2 fewer clean breaks. Only 9 times previously this year have teams been behind in those 3 categories: total metres, team tackle success, and clean breaks, and won the game. Only those at the game can explain to me why the home side lost this one.
Yeah. Okay. It is hard to... Well, based on what you just said, it's a mystery.
Yeah, picking individuals out as well wasn't that easy. Not too many hitting the highlights, but probably my vote for underrated player of the year, Jason Battieri, a try 139 metres. During this dodgy period for the Catalan Dragons, he's been almost ever present in the stats roundup, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And it shows that he's still plugging away despite not much else being left around him in this side through whatever reason. Max Jowett with a try, 6 tackles, 140 metres, 2 clean breaks, had a decent game back in the Wakefield lineup. David Fafita, 7 tackle bus, 151 metres, impressed as well.
Fantastic. Our friend the Wakey White got in touch. He said a bitter sweet game for Trim. Sweet in the way that we dominated field position and conceded a meagre 14 points. Bitter in that we looked quite predictable in attack, and Catalans were never really tested on their own line despite multiple sets. For Wakey, I'd sum it up as good effort and poor execution. So what's the tale of the round then, Mark?
Well, it must be dirty tactics time, because it was the most penalties per game of any round in the top tier this year. There was 19 penalties whistled per game, and you know me, I tend to lean towards blaming players for penalties than referees.
Yes, there you go. So how do we all get on in the predictions Subaru and Dream Team standings? A bit of a hit and miss week for me,
it was close again this week. You had 5 out of 8, I had 7 out of 8. The one that failed me was Castleford. I suppose if we'd have seen their lineup and just how thin that bench was, we might have edged a different way. We both missed out on that one. We were drawn in by the thriller-minute excitement that they put up against Wakefield the week before, unfortunately.
We've been sold a pup on that one, haven't we?
Not our brightest predictions, I must say.
So how's the rest of things looking in Super Brew?
Well, in Super Brew, Dargana stays top of the table with a full 2 points lead over the chasing pack. Colin Render, though, is wearing the yellow cap this week to his great joy. Fat Boy Rob took the wooden spoon. Dream Team, last I looked, and I'm just checking again now, and they haven't updated the Hull KR stats, which means I missed out on Thomas Minn's hat-trick. So at this stage, that means that the full picture isn't in. Alan Bagley will be staying top though, no matter what happens, to be honest. We all know that. Final scores aren't in though, but it looks like, to give him the credit that is due, Carl Hadfield's Is It Friday Yet team looks like it's probably going to have the best week this year, assuming none of the other people on high 600 scores have a Hull Kingston Rovers, Thomas Mins, basically.
They are. Fantastic. Okay, well, that's the Super 8s one really covered. Let's take a look now at some results from elsewhere in the world of rugby league. Okay, round 5 of the Super 8s, and this is where it's getting exciting down in the qualifiers. It was Leeds Rhinos 32, Batley Bulldogs 0 on Friday night, but that's not really the story, is it? The big story is how well supported Batley Bulldogs were, the interaction between the two sets of fans. Leeds were always going to win this one, it was never really in doubt, and it was just a nice rugby league story to hear the South Stand, cheering the Batley players and all that jazz, wasn't it, really?
Yeah. Warm feelings all round.
Absolutely.
And a couple of Super League pod stalwarts met up around the game, didn't they?
Did they really?
Dr. Bob met up with Dom Hodgson.
Hey.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was nice to see Dom in a picture where he wasn't sort of awkwardly holding Scarlett in a situation that she has no reason to be in part.
Well, there you go. That's it. He just socialises with doctors, doesn't he?
Well, maybe Mrs.
He's like the Howard Wolowitz of the Super League pod, isn't he? Everybody he knows is a doctor apart from him. Dr. Phillips. Dr. Hodgson. Bob. Dom, even. There you go.
Yeah.
That's cool that they met up, though. I loved Dom's Snapchat account of his Great North Run, by the way. If you get a chance to see it on Facebook, he's brill. Because he's...
I don't Snapchat.
Well, no, but he put it up on... He put the video up on Facebook.
Okay.
I don't Snapchat. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he put the video up.
Okay.
Did you see his outfit for the Great North Run?
No.
A Hawaiian shirt.
I don't think I'm personally...
Are you not friends on Facebook?
Friends on Facebook,
You
no.
fix that. He's good value, he's done.
Yeah.
But his outfit for the Great North Run was astounding. It was straw hat, Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses, pink flamingos attached to them, and of course his own inimitable style. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Well, he's a funny guy.
Yes.
We should go and watch him in stand-up sometime when he's...
Well, we had the opportunity to that night. It was at Lytham, didn't we? But apparently it was a good thing.
He was at Lytham?
I just presumed you and he were friends. I couldn't go.
He was at Lytham Festival?
No. It was a few weeks before that. He did think like the cricket club.
Oh, did he?
I just assumed you two were mates, so that he told you. So I never even brought it up because I couldn't. I was working. I almost mentioned it to. Did you not go and see Dom?
No.
So the next time he's in anywhere near this neck of the woods, we'll have to go and see him.
Yeah.
But he did then get in touch with me a few days later and say it's a good thing he didn't come because I think he might have had a hard time with the audience or something. I'm not going to say he bombed. I don't fully recall what he said. He might have had a fantastic...
But he should have let us know he was over... Well, you knew.
Well, I did know, and I just assumed you and him were mates. You've got to, be more sociable, Mark.
Yeah, I kind of got to a point where I accept friend requests from people I know and like on Facebook, but I don't necessarily request friendships anymore on it.
All right. I think I may have requested it. Oh, does that make me needy?
No, it doesn't. It just... I don't use it enough. I basically use it for mostly finding out what's going on with my siblings and extended family and that sort of stuff, and preparing myself for when people at work are going to be off because the kids are sick. That's what I use Facebook for mostly.
Well, it's got a lot of other features. I'm led to believe you can throw sheep at people.
Oh.
That's from years ago. That's like when Facebook first came out.
Poking.
You could throw sheep and poke.
Okay.
What are we doing here?
Leeds and Batley. I don't know anything about the game. Shall we talk about the match reviews we've got from people?
Yes, please.
Dr. Bob and Alex. This is a shame because we could have done this without swearing, but someone sweared in one of the reviews, I think.
Early doors, yeah. But we've sworn a couple of times too.
No, I mean in one of these reviews for the Leeds game. I don't know if we have. Hopefully we've not sworn yet.
Let's just disclaim it now. And
Right, Bob, this is Alex's. Play this for Alex. So Bob says, underwhelming performance by the Rhinos, who defended well and attacked sloppily. When they clicked, it worked lovely, but not much clicking and too many penalties. But the lovely Ryan scored twice, heart emoticon. Alex said, the referee was a bit picky on Leeds and should have just got them to shake hands and make up, not keep blowing for penalties. It was great that Robbie scored a try. I did see the Rob Burrow try late on, actually. He bust through the middle, scored from... Kind of like the tries you've seen Robbie Burrow score for many
Every Rob Burrow try ever.
Yeah, the Hodge, he got in touch. He said 450 characters! Exclamation mark. I may have to bend the rules a little on this week for my review. Then put a link to an image in that doesn't actually show up in the form that comes up.
Oh right.
So he did. This bending of the rules hasn't worked.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Do we know what the image was? Have we since found out?
Yeah, I went and had a look, and it's a match review.
All right, there you go. Fair enough.
He took his mate to the game, who also got to meet the legendary Dr. Bob. So I hope his mate is listening and not put off by the fact that his friend has lost his review by trying to break the rules. I increased the characters.
Breaking the rules.
I'm sure he could have cut some of his bits out as being superfluous, but there we go. Rich Wilkinson, he said, great week for Leeds. The massive retention of Seguiaro, a scrappy tough win against Batley, played in great spirit, with the South Stand chanting Batley at the end of the game and cheering them off. This poor season has brought out the best in Rhinos fans. I'm even more proud of our great club. Harsh lesson learned in a shocking season can be the foundation for future success. Congrats to Lee also for securing Super League status for us and them in 2017. Spoiler alert, yeah. Cutthroat Jake got in touch. He said, even though they were nil, Batley did themselves proud, which was acknowledged after the match by a full-voiced South Stand.
There you go. Okay, so, yeah, spoilers, but Lee Centurions were 48 points to 40 winners over Huddersfield, confirming for themselves a place in Super League next season.
Absolutely nuts match.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
Didn't see it. This is the one I didn't see this weekend.
Did you not?
I got busy this weekend, and by the time I remembered that I'd recorded it, it was like 10:30 on Saturday night.
It was nuts. It was
right.
Well, the score
as I recall, as I understand it, Lee shoot out to a big early lead, and it's party time, and then Huddersfield pegging back in the second half and almost did it.
It was 42-10 at half time.
There you go. Jesus, what?
Yeah, if Huddersfield had just basically started the game at all, rather than let Lee just walk in almost 3 times down their left edge before Huddersfield had even thought about playing the game. There was a kick-off that they let go out. Huddersfield did at the start of the game. Then their first kick-off after the first try was on the full. Then they kept giving penalties away. Huddersfield just didn't look like they were interested at all until they realised maybe points difference might be a factor towards the end of the season.
Right.
And Leroy Kudrow turned up.
Started falling over.
Yeah, but Lee were genuinely good value for 65 minutes, like they have been in all of the games. I mean, London, they nearly threw it away. Salford, they let it get closer than it needed to be.
Yeah.
It's, looking forward to next year, because they can now do that, they need to address that, but they're talking about 3 or 4 big signings to come on board and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's positive. What do you reckon to the story they're letting in fans for free to the...
What a lovely gesture.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I mean, I'm not Derek Beaumont's biggest fan. I think he's a bit of a prat, but he's got money and he's invested in the club and he's doing it with his hometown team, so fair play. And
he's taking all the players away, apparently if the misses of the players let them go away, for a holiday to watch the £1 million game in the sunshine somewhere.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It just reminds me of stuff like that, and I think it's great, and I'm glad he's got the money to do all that, but, could that money, be better received elsewhere potentially? It's his own private money, he can do what he wants with it. That episode of South Park where the student athletes, when a guy does that and he can afford to, I'll take all these players away, he's like, come on student athletes, get on the plane, and he just feels a bit like he's, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me, but credit to Lee as a club, I've come full circle on, and to be fair, I've never met a nicer, I've never met a Lee fan I didn't get on with, and it's good to see them get promoted, and they certainly deserve it based on the fact that they've won their league for the last 4 years in a row. Right. So good on them, 3 years.
Yeah, there's certainly still question marks about some of the grubbiness involved around the whole...
Speaking of which, the big rumour is, well, not the big rumour, but one of the rumours floating around after that announcement they were going to sign 4 or 5 players is that Gazok's coming to Bradford.
Wow.
So what happened?
There's still question marks about some of the grubbiness within that side.
Yeah. And the age of that pack.
But to be honest, the headline story for Lee should be, and this game showed it, is their attack rather than the niggly crap they get up to. Yeah. Their attack was brilliant when it was on. Huddersfield weren't defending well at the time either, but their attack was great.
Yeah.
And it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then the game became fun to watch because of it. And actually, I went from thinking, oh, can't be doing with Lee being in Super League, they're going to annoy me all year, to thinking that this is quite exciting. I'm looking forward to the games next year. I'm looking forward to an actual full LSV for maybe some of the